about the same weight. This one's
Hello,
light.
hello. Is it working?
Okay.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Is this working? Hello. Is my audio working?
Mhm.
Is my audio working?
Hello.
Beyond the lag.
Yes, I hear. Oh, I don't know if the stream is running because I haven't gone to the stream yet.
Yeah, my stream is running. Don't worry. I checked that.
Yeah, it's not running yet. I don't see it.
It's not running. It says
Oh, there
I'm
it is.
running.
It just popped. It just popped up.
Okay. I just dropped something here. Okay.
Yeah, it's working. I may cough a lot and sneeze a bunch because I got a head cold.
Oh, you don't have the Rona?
No.
Fine.
I'm just gonna try not to do it whenever I'm like next to the microphone.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This stream is gonna be like painful to do because it's like really laggy and everything because I'm in my room, and also the computer is like really slow because my brother was playing on the computer for like the past 7 hours. And
Okay.
that's been nice. Been playing for the past maybe 12 hours with the computer.
It happens.
Did you not? I just hear death quietness.
What happened?
Because because if the computer starts becoming slow, a good way to fix it is restart it, and it should be at a level that is normal.
Yeah, but probably is something I should have done. But I want to start streaming now because I lost an entire day. So yeah, although that's something. So if my thing is like dying all the time, don't worry. It's normal. Because I have not let it, rest.
I never let my computer rest. It's always on.
Well, that's
well,
that's a computer. That's not a laptop.
I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna. Oh, laptop heating. It's overheating. Okay, now I get it. That too. Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say when you let my computer rest, I was thinking, oh, you turn it off whenever you're not working on it.
No, it's always on.
Yeah, so I have a adamant. I set my computer to turn off by itself after 2 hours. Everything else though turns off within like 30 minutes. So it's not motherboard. It's hard drive, monitor, everything. It goes to a low power state, and then 2 hours
sleep. I'll put it in sleep, but that's about it.
And then it will. It doesn't go to sleep. I'm talking about on, but being the lowest power state. Then
it's almost sleep. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Then there's sleep. Yeah.
Oh, that's another way of doing it. That's it.
And and then I protect my monitor, so that's one reason why I've been able to keep this for so long. And I just started getting problems with it in the last month. It has on the right side, a third of the way near the top, there's like a group of LEDs on the back. You know how they have LED.
Oh shit!
Grouping. There's like 3 or 4 of them, and then it stops doing that. You die. Yeah. But I got a pretty good lifespan. 10 years.
That's pretty good for a monitor, especially.
Yeah.
As long as you don't go punching them, they usually last pretty long.
Yeah, wow. I tend not to.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Punch things. Yeah. It's sounded like next a cell phone or something.
He
Yeah.
said that it might be kind of slow, so I'm not too surprised if that happens.
All right.
Please,
All right.
I cannot listen to anything. I cannot understand anything by the
Uh,
thing is dying.
the oh yeah, that's something that I always end up doing while we're doing this podcast. Well, if you can't understand anything, we'll talk for the view. But I always oh hello
It's a
Akamon.
Digimon.
I always think of
Yeah,
a
I was
Pokemon when yeah
Yeah, I don't.
Digimon. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
I don't. But I don't know if the viewer can also understand you because all of your audio that I cannot understand and
Good
your
hear,
name.
Wow.
it's going to them. And if they cannot hear, then
So I choose an and today's activity is chopping up lemongrass for
Nice.
tea. I have dried lemongrass that I've been cutting my lemongrass because I'm cutting it down for the winter, and I'm getting the last and everything that I cut down that are good pieces. I then set in a jar in my room, and half of it is dry, so I'm now cutting it up into little tiny pieces.
Hmm.
So you have a kitchen in your room?
I mean,
No, what?
Kitchen, not kitchen.
No, lemongrass,
Lemongrass.
leaves.
okay, are you saying lemon
Lemon.
or lemon?
lemon.
The way
Okay,
mics
okay.
work. I'm saying
Mhm.
lemon.
Oh, me muero de lag.
Like
Yeah,
the
I
yellow
figured you were. I
lemon.
just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure.
Mint plants.
I just posted a video into
Oh,
the plate,
I'm dying.
and I've realized that all of these videos, you are watching somebody die.
Oh, here, let me see.
Mario,
the
how
plate.
about you go reset your computer for the love of Jesus Christ?
No, we're in the middle of the stream.
Just-
Why do you want me to do that?
Oh yeah, is this?
Oh no, me muero. Ah, esto es doloroso de ver. No creo.
By
I
British
say
Cafe
USA,
or
yeah, but
somebody
they
else?
didn't exist yet.
Yeah, because
Aki,
typically
You got a whole bunch of these.
Oh
Hello,
god.
Aki.
I'm back. I'm back, lads. The frames are dropping 84% on my on the stream.
oh, who's the
Hello.
person that is
Awesome. What?
Akira?
Akira.
Oh, that's an
I-
I keep
I-
seeing an L for some reason. So I'm like
Akira.
Akira.
Laura.
Actually, that's an interesting name.
Somebody
Akira.
didn't claim Tanada from Akira, and I was upset.
You know, it
I'm
happens.
rolling for waifu.
It happens.
Here, let's see. Can you can you
Oh, it was like yesterday, I think. I'll find it, but yeah.
the info, like to show the info of the person?
Oh yeah.
I don't need to know who skipped it.
Who's the criminal? You gotta find the criminal.
Yeah, their birth number, their security
Oh no,
number, all sorts of things.
we don't ask for that
Punny
stuff.
Punny Dash.
Penny Pony Dash.
Oh, I've heard of that
What
anime.
is that?
Is it a good
What
anime?
is that?
Penny Pony Dash. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh. Okay. Oh, so it's a comedy.
Oh, I found it.
Independent YouTuber. With
Okay,
whole
nice.
pink
Oh.
tuber.
Yeah.
YouTuber, but
What the hell?
He's not as high level as I thought he.
we should normal.
God damn, I'm dying. Ah, I'm having too much lag. I cannot listen to them. Nothing.
Second,
But the actual
he
like
well, then there's
goes
that.
way longer.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So the other time, because Akira actually has like way more right in the beginning of it. and
Well,
then-
that kind of makes sense. It's his namesake. It's
Yeah.
like, imagine if Inuyasha was just about Kigome.
oh god, Kagome.
Wait a minute.
Kagome.
No, I'm kidding.
Kagome.
Isn't it like
Sakura.
50?
I don't-
Isn't it like 50-50 between the two? How much screen time?
Pretty much. Usually, if one's in there, the other one's around.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. I think there's a lot more of Inuyasha by himself. There are the Kagome like in her room or in the real world stuff, but
Yeah.
then I think there's a lot more action adventure with not just Inuyasha, but Inuyasha with one other friend
Yeah,
instead
like the priest guy or somebody else.
yeah. But then there's Kagome having her adventure
she
with
has
one
her
of the
own
characters.
arcs and stuff.
Yeah.
Ah,
I bet there's a fanatic out there who knows exactly. It's like, actually, it's the
Yeah.
wolf kid who had the most screen time or
Yeah.
something like that. I remember there was a weird like that with one of the other animes, Forever animes, where it's like, wait a minute, that person had the most screen time, and I'm trying to remember what it was. It was really weird.
Sailor Moon, was it?
No,
Sailor
I don't
Moon?
think it was Sailor Moon. It was something that I was very surprised, something that I watched a lot, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
Probably Digimon or something. Oh, you cannot be serious. Shit, crash again.
But yeah, I have forgotten, and I'll remember eventually.
oh no. Cringe.
Okay, I'm back. Don't worry. I'm back.
That's why he said, just restart the computer.
I'm in the middle of the stream. I cannot do that. We know it's a crime if I do that in the middle of the stream.
Just
Uh-oh,
do it.
man.
Just
Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
Is it just driving by, doing
No.
some weird? No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I'm trying to figure out what it's doing.
wee.
Oh god.
Let's
What?
see what I'm going to get. Control. Oh, I did that backwards, and I have cap locks on.
Well,
W control. Oh, copy. No,
For
4W.
W.
how do I close this
Oh
thing?
god, my eyes. Aki.
I like that horned character.
What if I just
Love, live,
No.
love, live, sunshine. I'm Oh, you grabbed it. What the hell?
See,
Well, then I'll get the-
Akuma is clearly evil.
I've been seeing the characters that Akuma has been grabbing. It is kind of her type. I've seen your type.
What's her type? Big, big hunger.
Hold
No.
on.
This one is example of not that. Look at how flat she is.
Okay, let me
Flat
see.
as a board.
Damn.
What?
Let me see.
One day.
One day.
They tend to be a little horny.
Was that a pun
Oh, hell
intended?
If they both were intended. I like the videos of Hatsune Miku constantly either sleeping or just moving.
I don't know what song that's from.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
wanna
right.
look it up?
Horny, I see.
What?
Yeah, they got the horns.
Yeah, they're yeah.
Akuma's sibling. I'm just kidding.
I
Wow.
want this version of Hatsune Miku though.
You're a horny one.
Oh, that's like the newer. I forgot what they call it.
Most recent.
No,
Like the model?
Yeah, when they make colors, they
Oh, like almost like a skin.
no. They don't call it module.
Oh, okay.
They call it modules.
Yeah.
It's weird. I thought modules had something to do with voice banks, but voice banks are voice banks.
Yeah, that's what
No.
would have made sense. Is if the module changed, like the voice banking, you could change, like it changed all of them like a certain way.
No, so certain years they'll have different colors and skin, what they're wearing and stuff like that. So example is the real module, where that's not the correct name, but I always think of this song when I see this character. I've seen her in a bunch of other songs. Here,
It's not the one where it's that live performance they had back in like 2010, right?
No, this is a freaky looking version of I call it freaky because they use her in a lot of scary songs.
Okay. I just like this song because she's singing about getting high off of like cold medicine when she's sick.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
It's hilarious.
So this one right here.
Plate. Okay.
And then there's the module that you just of the song that you just showed is from 2020.
Okay.
One.
That new?
Yes. There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
song
wait.
that.
Now we're here.
This is an old song though. This is 2014.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe. Never mind. Here, I'll.
But they might not have made one until then, because this is.
God damn it! Every time I go out, this thing dies.
This is more like an animation type thing.
What? Red Panda or
I just discovered something. Every time I go out of Discord, like half a second, it just dies, like crashes.
Oh god.
So
So you have to stay in.
yeah, I'm not going out of Discord.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the topic for today, I didn't think about them. So let's do whatever.
Okay.
yes.
That works.
By the way,
I think that's how we end up.
yeah, that's what we end up doing
Yeah.
some of those. But listen, there's something I wanted to talk about, and it is that the Stone Ocean anime just came out.
The what anime?
Stone Ocean, JoJo's Part 6.
Emotion anime?
JoJo's Part 6 Stone Ocean.
Oh, JoJo.
Yeah.
Oh, Star Ocean. Star Ocean.
Stone.
Okay.
Stone.
Stone. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Stone.
Ocean.
Stone Ocean.
Oh, okay. I keep on hearing it as you by multiple different people. So, Stone Ocean. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
so-
more sense
Oh, wow.
because all the stuff that they do at some point, they fight the stone men and everything like that.
I don't. That's not.
Okay, so the module or whatever this person made in 2014 looks
Mhm.
similar to the one that I just posted, like her
Okay,
pastel
yeah, I see what you're
colors.
saying.
But
Yeah.
actually, this one is more pastel, has the weird eyes, has the arrow. So
Yeah.
I was just, okay, it's the most recent module without even looking into it more.
Yeah,
But no,
problem.
this is what the new module looks like, and there's a bunch of songs called Digital Stars that they came out with. You could say that the Poppy May module because all of the pictures of was Hatsune Miku in that it's just like black scribbles and tar dripping off of her and stuff.
Yeah.
Walamar.
Because for some reason, whenever
Unfortunately, I don't watch a whole lot of JoJo, so I can't really talk about it.
Yeah,
I read
I
some of it, but it's one of those ones I read quite a bit in the very beginning. I think I read up to the point, right to the point where he killed himself on the boat by accident, kind of thing. And then I kind of stopped there. I was like, all right, I'm done for now.
Damn. Well, that's, yeah.
That's like it right in the beginning. It's like the first arc or whatever.
Yeah.
Almost.
So I watched the very and I was interested. Then I just didn't, and so
It's a really old anime now. Actually, that's the funny
Yeah.
thing about it.
Damn, this is so
Me,
sad.
it's
I actually
not.
want to talk about the Part 6 anime.
Time goes really fast for
Because
me.
I've been
so-
watching it. It's amazing, by the way.
It's because we're old, Kate.
No, time has been going fast for me since I was like 12.
Yeah. Oh, that's because you're ADHD.
Yes, that helps a lot. That does it.
Okay then. Interesting.
I don't know. We don't have more topics.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have a topic in the first place.
Hot topic? What about hot topic? That's for
No, we don't
teens.
have topics.
Hot. I still hear hot topic when you say that.
I did
Because I'm
actually
lagging.
hear hot topics.
No,
so
shut up. You're
not the
lying.
only one.
You're
Kai.
lying. You're also
Shut
you're
up.
lying. You're lying. You're like
Shut up! Or else
Guys,
I'm gonna
you're
throw
both
this
evil.
rock at your face. I'm
you're
gonna
both
throw this
evil
rock
and
at
you're
your
both
face.
lying.
Shut up.
You're the evil one here.
Well, how am I the evil one? I have not been lying about saying that.
Have no
friend.
mouth. Most evil doers don't have a mouth in anime. Haven't you noticed?
It's
No, I
true.
have not noticed.
They just kind of like
I
telepath
don't know.
into
Dio
your
has a
brain.
mouth. They have fines.
Yeah.
No mouth and volcanoes for ears, but we can't even see your ears. So we don't know if you have
Volcanoes
volcanoes.
I don't think I have volcanoes for ears. We gotta check.
Do you know the reference I'm mentioning?
Yeah, I think you're mentioning the one, but he has a mouth, so I don't know if you're mentioning that.
I'm referencing all of DBZ.
Actually, doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah.
This.
They
Oh,
really do have
ew.
volcano ears. What?
Yeah, I'm deleting this. I don't want to see this. I hate it.
What do you?
Check
Oh
the
Jesus,
place.
that looks weird. You didn't have to delete it.
Yeah, I deleted
Okay,
it.
now
I don't want to
I
look
wanna
at
see
that
it.
anymore.
Post it with a spoiler because
Is it-
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a
And you say NFSW or
I'll be
something.
right back. I gotta make ice cream.
You just get into advertisement says gore or something.
No, it's not.
no.
It's not safe for work. It's
I just
not
don't
safe
like
for
it.
life. Yeah. Not safe for mental.
Or anything. You're unsafe.
What I
That's all.
found.
What can I say? Unsafe.
Worse. What? The
And
horse?
The horse move.
and that looks like they're like. Yeah.
The horse move walking, bro.
The more you look at it, it looks like it's like a game or something, like with really bad quality.
And
That's what happens in games when there's very bad quality. The FPS drops, and then you lose seeing some of the footsteps of the characters. So yeah.
Yeah. It happens to me when I play Genshin Impact.
then stop playing it. Why are you still playing
Stop
a broken
playing.
Shut
game?
up!
Look at that. Look at that. She's so
What's happening
violent.
over here, Mario?
She's so violent. I just. I know what-
That's because I want to throw a rock at your stupid face.
Listen, she's so violent. I didn't say anything.
Hey, Kite, have you seen the video I just posted to Plate?
I've seen the original. Now is this like some kind of remix or something else done to it or no?
No, I think it's the same thing.
I love
Oh,
how
okay.
everybody's not paying attention to you now, Mario.
I
Well, the
am
thing is,
not
I had to
saying
go-
anything.
I had to go make. I did
Oh, okay. I've never seen it say dev team and then
Q&A.
Q&A. Yeah.
But listen, now,
The
come on.
square. It's the square hole.
Tell me, what's wrong, huh? Huh?
Listen, listen. Listen. Okay, listen.
Tell me.
You're so wild. You're so violent. I don't know
The
why.
physical control.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Ah.
She's just
She's like, please,
Yeah, I love
please.
this.
Oh, that's great.
Just to put the cherry on top, I'm just gonna just rub in your face. I got a voice message from your man.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't care.
She's acting like her world is being destroyed.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this video?
Actually, I got two of them, so huh?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I have been scarred since you and I started saying that thing that's not true.
Oh, that Akuma sounds
No,
like
nothing,
what's it
nothing,
called?
nothing.
Amelia
No.
Watson.
Yeah.
Like Amelia Watson,
That's
you
a lie.
dummy.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
We're gonna get it to the point where she's gonna start like subbing in for her.
Is that the case then? Yeah, do it.
or being Minnie Watson. She's like, oh, okay,
Stop.
your voice is good enough.
Oh, wait a minute.
Square.
We're
We have
gonna
a replacement. Oh,
No.
if she
or
dies, I murder her
Chibi Watson. What
replacement.
do they call the small one? Does she have a specific name or no?
Just say small Ame and that's all. Like small
Small
Amelia.
Ame. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the name. Small Ame.
Ame, yeah.
The circle. The circle.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
For what? What did I do to you?
Semicircle.
Getting it's what you deserve.
Circle.
I didn't do anything. I'm innocent.
Communism.
You existed.
Communism. Just
Oh,
Communism.
communist.
It is our Ame, not your Ame.
No, I'm fine with that, but
Soviet Union.
Akuma is not Ame.
Soviet
That's all I'm
Union.
saying.
The arch.
Civil Union. What?
So, I said Soviet Union, okay? Please.
Oh, I heard Civil Union. I'm like, what?
Civil Union.
Okay, I don't think you're okay today. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
Wow. Wow,
cutting-
you're saying that to guy.
It smells
You,
good.
Out of all the humans in this channel, you.
Humans. Are you
Yeah.
sure there are humans in this channel?
Yeah, at least one.
No.
At least one. Well, I'm
NBC is one of the left-leaning ones, right, Kite?
Yeah.
No. What? NBC? Yeah.
NBC. Yeah.
Anything that has three letters in front of it is
Yeah.
left leaning.
Well, except for Fox.
Nope, left leaning. No, I've
They're
seen
both,
video.
yeah.
I've seen videos of them parroting the exact lines, the exact words because
Oh,
they
no,
get
yeah.
they get
They do it, but they don't
they
do it
get
as
these-
much as
they
some of
get
the others.
papers from the higher ups that you need to read out this kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Hello.
So
I haven't finished you.
they're fake
Right
Republican.
side, yeah.
Yeah. They're
Communism.
they're establishment politics.
Get ready, Akuma. We're now
You
starting
put
to
an R or an
politics.
L. You could put an R or a D in front of your name. If you're establishment, then you're just the establishment.
Yeah. Communism. Taking that cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red lines.
Red light, green light.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yes. Oh.
And what was there's another Joker thing that's kind of like that.
What?
Which one's three letters in front of it? But there's another thing that's almost like that I remember. I forgot what it was. If it's a politician, they're lying.
Oh, yeah. There's that one's Max Headroom thing. That's a blip on Wet Gins.
Oh yeah. That's
Hold on,
what I'm thinking
I'll find
of.
it. Yeah.
I'm like subliminally thinking of that. Yeah.
What was
Headroom.
that word? That's subliminally.
I'll find the video real quick. Big booba. Doing, 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 doing.
Oh yeah, teleport.
Why does that?
Oh, this isn't the honky wonk where she like says you want to see.
Oh,
these-
no.
No, that's
Yeah,
a
I
different
don't
one.
have that one.
That is forbidden.
That one's called like Bazongas or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bruh. And then he starts making monkey noises.
well, that's-
That's a chicken.
No, it's not that. It's just
It's just what? I just heard stuff and scream. You know, I don't speak Akume. I don't know what Akume is.
Akamanian?
Akumenian, yeah, I don't speak Akumenian.
I know a little bit of Akamanian.
Oh, you know? Oh yeah.
Just a little.
Wait, how are you able to understand that language? That's like, means,
It's an ancient language.
how
Big
ancient.
Booba. The ancient.
oh, okay. Has been around since 1505.
1505. I've
No,
been
you-
around since
Even around
BC,
Yeah,
like 300 BC or
around
more. I'm not sure.
100.
Does that mean
We've
you've
already
seen
talked about this
Jesus?
once before.
That means you see Jesus?
No, I wasn't around over there
Yeah,
at
I
that
wasn't around
time.
there. He was just vibing on the other side.
I was vibing in Asia for a while.
Yeah, yeah. That's why he became a weeb.
No, I was there before Weeb was even in
No, I
existence.
hated Weebs and
I created a Weebism.
Yes.
Damn, I've been around since last week.
There,
Ricky, no.
I was just born some days ago. I cannot believe it.
I need to
Uh-uh.
find. I forget it.
Remember what the DM Mario, the doll needs batteries?
No, I don't remember.
I have to do math in order to find out how old I am. Jeez.
Wait, what
Here
did
it
you
is. I
do
found that
mad?
blip. Also, that's XIX's blip, like actual deal.
Oh, there it is.
It's some quick math. Since when have you been around 300 BC? Then just subtract. And
Oh, I love that. Yes. Yes, I forgot about that, but it was in my mind.
Mhm.
You always know when a politician is. Did he say politician or what did he say?
Their lips move.
No. I forgot. Did he say politician?
Yeah, he does. He
Yeah,
says
politicians.
parents are only one rung above politicians, but you'll always know when they're lying. Their lips move, and that was
Yes.
True.
A dig on parents and politics.
it. But that was back whenever MTV actually played music.
music.
So
Oh my God.
I was born around the year 779 BC.
770.
779.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
Kai has
About
rejected
then.
humanity and he has returned to monkey.
Monkey, no.
So that's
I've never-
BC. So you are at the very least. We're in what year? 2021. Yeah, we're in 2021.
So it was a little over 200, 2,800 years ago.
Yeah, 2,800 years ago.
I'm 6,000 years old.
Oh, you beat me.
Oh, I was expecting Kai to be 179, but
No.
it was very close.
Years old. Bow down.
Bow down. I'm 6,000 years old.
Bow down. I'm older than you. Becomes dust.
That's what Akuma is trying to say for some reason.
Yeah, I don't
I
I
don't
know.
don't know.
I don't know.
That reminds me of last night.
What happened last
I
night?
memorized the entire fitness gram pacer test in like 20 minutes, and I sent her the entire thing by saying it by voice, and she just sent me a voice message saying, "You really memorized this whole thing to bother me?" I'm like, "Yes."
I mean, there was also the possibility that you were reading off it, but I mean,
It's the best time to memorize a huge list of
Oh,
something
that's what it's called.
yeah,
Hold on. Note
to bother somebody.
cat.
No cat.
no cat.
Up a cat.
Dote up cat. Yes, I remember that.
I just remember like the screwy blip one, but I wanted to say that there was like an interesting intro.
Excuse me, my tongue something weird like
Yeah.
that.
13 centimeters. What?
Already mentioned.
Here it is. Yep. Bruh.
Why does Darkest or Kite, I don't know who said that, like sounds so like redneck right there.
You went
Simply
very,
people who are
very
racist to
quiet.
Spanish, kind of.
What do you mean by so?
I just explained.
I cannot
Oh god.
Any of these characters in the waifu thing?
Maybe. Hold on.
If they
no.
don't, that would be disappointing.
Yeah, I am.
Unless it became a forgotten one,
a cat.
which I'm sure there's a lot of forgotten.
Oh
anime.
no. Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh
my
no.
brain.
Cyber
It's
Akuma
broken.
0 is the person that uploaded this video.
Oh wait.
Cyber
Oh,
Akuma.
wow. Well, one
Akuma,
second.
explain yourself.
Explain yourself, Akuma.
What?
Explain yourself. Why did you upload this video?
And why do you like?
And why are you
Neko
Cyber and Zero?
Kawagari.
Oh I was like confused. I'm like, what are you talking about?
So the
I'm,
video
like,
he
doodling over
posted
here,
has
you
your
know? He's
name
like,
on
I
it.
can't wait to upload
Yeah.
the video. I'm like, what did I do? What did my crimes do? Okay, sure, I
Your
murdered
crimes?
73 women,
Your
okay?
crimes.
Sure, I murdered 73 women in Asia and
Oh
Switzerland.
my god.
And Switzerland. Yes, in
Switzerland. That's a pretty.
Yeah, that's very
Asia, oh,
specific.
okay, yeah, that happens. But
Yeah.
Switzerland,
Yeah, that's the weird part.
The women there, they're kind of hot though. I'm just kidding.
they're kind of hot. So the crime you did here
What
was
this? Oh, don't worry. They
you
don't
did
exist.
stuff with prepubescent cat things.
Yeah, just
Nekomon.
because and
Leading to
also
complete extinction of
women on Asia.
virus mutated infected
Switzerland.
humans and caused them to become animalized.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah, don't
no.
worry, Aki.
Oh no,
Women
what?
Oh god,
doesn't
it's
exist, don't
terrible.
worry.
What, this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What game?
But there's
In the brain of a subject becoming this subject's means of death. Jesus
What
Christ.
game? What
What
game?
the fuck is this?
I don't care about spoilers. What are you
Dote up a
getting?
cat.
Yeah.
Alright, so basically the idea is one day there's a mysterious disease that infects all cats and dogs and kills all of them over time.
That's how it works.
Eventually, humans tried to struggle and save them, but did not work. Over time, the virus mutated and infected humans, causing them to become animalized. So the women and the men can become dog people. It's like any mimi. Lose the ability to reason and ultimately die. This disease is called racial uniqueness and the disappearance syndrome, DOTS. It's a virus researcher, Norma Crane, has been studying DOTS. She discovered a method to make a vaccine by transplanting and culturing a pathogen into the brain of a subject, but becoming the subject means death. So, as far as I could tell,
Is this a real thing or?
yeah. But the main point of it is to
Danger.
No,
No,
so
no.
it's not a real life thing. It's just,
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to be a real life thing,
storyline.
Akuma. Lemao.
Okay, phew. You almost made me had a panic attack. Of
Why-
someone would
why-
quarantine
how is that
myself in my
sensitive?
basement.
It doesn't make sense.
Alright, so
How-
Hey,
coronavirus,
China
so
is
what do
big
you
enough.
expect?
There could be like
Yeah,
a
but
section of
my dog's
China where this
still
stuff
alive.
is going on.
But my dogs are still alive.
oh wait, it's IMA. Neko?
Petco?
God.
My dogs are still alive. So it's not virus exist. It's just that.
Wait, Kai.
One more time.
Oh, okay. Darkus, you know the Cat in the Hat movie, right?
Yeah, it's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen, you sound like the neighbor that is dating the mom. I don't know why. You just remind me of that.
Fuck, what? The guy that just shot somebody, yeah.
Oh, Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Oh, he was in that?
Yeah, I think it is. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'll
Well, anytime I see, so before even all this stuff has happened, cringed at the sight of Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Baldwin. He's a bad actor. Why do people like him?
I don't. It's because
Probably
he-
because
like,
he
you
looks
expect
like a
him to be
Discord
that
mod
way?
and everybody thinks they're hot.
Well,
There.
here's the other thing. Maybe
Yeah.
he had a lot of money, and then he's just being put into roles because everybody thinks he's a good actor. I mean, not everybody. I'm talking
think
about
so.
in Hollywood itself.
yeah.
I think I forgot you're in Hollywood and you get roles because you got roles because you got roles. Has nothing to do with how good you are.
No
at
talent.
acting.
You're just like you're there. You're
Example or somewhat example like now is the one. Well, now I
Vin
forgot his
Diesel.
name. No. Vin Diesel's pretty okay, and he's a
Yeah.
nice guy. No, I'm thinking of this big
makes
chubby
music.
guy. Yeah, this big chubby guy. He's now chubby. He has like a black belt. He acts like he's Asian or something, and he. Oh, Steven Seagal. He used to be good, like a long time ago. Well, not even good. He was okay enough to make movies.
Yeah.
But now
Vin Diesel's got music. Oh, this isn't Waifu, isn't it? Yeah, it is. My bad.
But now, why is he making movies or ever in a new movie? Yeah.
Let me edit this.
Another example, but it kind of makes sense, is like the guy who plays Rambo.
Oh yeah.
He's like
Action hero.
he stopped
Good. Back in the 80s.
Yeah, well, not even back in like after his third or fourth movie, he stopped being like a really good movie maker, and he was just a guy. You know what I mean?
Who is that? Shit.
Steven Seagal? No.
They call him
we-
the Italian Stallion. Sylvester Stallone. There we go.
Sylvester Stallone. There we go.
Yeah, because he did a porno or some shit. It's his first movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called the Italian
no.
Stallion. It wasn't an actual porno, but it was like
Porno
real
at the
close.
time. At the time.
it was like thing.
Oh,
Wait a minute. I remember cursorily hearing and not caring that much, but didn't Ron Jeremy have a problem, and now he's like in jail?
I think he had tax evasion or some shit. He was
No.
in jail. I think he's gotten out.
No, I think it was something more horrendous, like a sexual.
Oh, I wouldn't be
Misconduct.
surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Or,
Well, no, I'm talking about being bad, not.
yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if he was doing sexual misconduct of some kind with his background in general.
like marking. Oh,
He
Here,
was
let's
probably
see.
on Epstein Island.
Maybe.
What
Indeed.
is rolling? For what?
Indicted for rape.
Yeah.
This was the 8th month of 2021.
wow.
Assault charges. He's on bail for $6.6 million. So I don't know where this has gone yet, but if you're on bail for that much,
It's not good.
yeah. What the hell? Oh, okay,
What?
never mind. So I clicked on an image of Ron Jeremy, and then all of a sudden it sent me to Stream Raiders. And I thought somehow, oh, this is not copy. I thought it was an ad that popped up from this website for something that is nothing to do with it.
Go watch that video I posted and play it. It's pretty funny. It's not very long either.
Okay, what do you
Look at
sound
the
like?
shirt he's wearing.
Who are we talking about?
Ron
Lord,
Jeremy.
Go
He's
with that
wearing
shit.
something like what a 30 to 20-year-old would be wearing.
Yeah.
But in cards.
He really
You
is.
can wear this stuff in cards.
He's old, he's exhausted, he's ready to be done. He's just gonna die. That's his life now.
That's sad.
Oh boy. Uh-oh. We lost somebody. We lost Aki.
Oh, I know that's actually so sad.
Oh, I love this.
I love it. How are you gonna top that?
Family.
Shit! I just realized the
Oh,
the
damn.
joke on that too.
Yeah.
He doesn't because he's an orphan.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
Games to say something that you have that the other person
Delete,
doesn't.
delete.
Damn, you sent it to should not.
What the fuck? This isn't working. Oh, I'm not in the right place.
The right time.
No,
My thing lag.
copying the
Okay.
wrong video. I want this video.
Are you trying to post
Delete.
Oh, I can all
Hey,
Just
fly.
flip.
Oh, okay.
There.
Oh, that one.
That's so very, very sad. Just play it.
If it's very, very sad, I don't want to watch it on stream.
No, it's funny.
Okay.
Little home stuck. Rawr.
And that was so ahead of its time too.
It was.
Like there was barely
You spend
anybody
far too
doing
much
that
time
on the
with your
internet at
computer.
the top.
It's not healthy.
It's
my life.
now.
Now it's
So
what
very,
everybody
very
does.
sad.
Yeah.
Adult kitten.
Adult kitten.
Yeah.
That's a good video.
So you're talking about
Why
Akamon.
did I come back? I come back.
Sure.
We're not talking about. Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's like one.
Why are you talking about me, huh?
We're not talking about you.
What
Make
the
some
mod
Christmas hats.
day?
Yeah, how's everyone doing in this? I was gonna say Halloween.
Everything is good.
December.
I haven't been streaming lately just because I haven't been feeling like it.
That's
No,
fine.
no, no worries, no worries. I have not been streaming because I have not been able to.
I think I'm going to start next week with a game that I've been playing a lot lately, but I'm going to make a new game for stream.
Oh, what game?
Endless Sky.
Oh,
I've been playing Endless Sky a bit lately,
Oh,
and
what
I want to seriously do the campaigns in it. Because seeing that there are serious campaigns in it, and the problem is there's like if you try to ask anywhere about it, they're like, "Oh no, there's spoilers." It's like, what the hell? And a lot of people are saying that it's like gatekeeping. I don't know. It's
Fuck.
weird. Nobody will tell you how to do anything in the game.
oh, that's.
What is that called?
I don't
Why?
do it
You know
yourself.
what I mean?
I don't know. They
Hmm.
usually have to do that thing yourself. I mean, if they don't want to tell you,
What yourself? I'm talking about no. I'm talking about looking up every game I've played. You can find somebody telling you exactly step by step on how to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Even if it's not even complicated. Whereas in this game, there's some complicated. You have to do like these 3 quests. You have to finish this. You have to finish this. You have to do this, and this, and then you can get this pilot license. They won't even tell you the first quest that you have to go to. They say like the answer that I keep on seeing is go around to that's it in a 30 quest chain. What? That it's stupid.
I don't know. That's just
But
that's pretty weird, actually.
yeah, it is weird because and then they're citing. Well, I don't know if this is a problem with because a lot of the stuff that I do get my information from is I forgot the name of the wiki for video games, but that one website that had them, they might have made a new like censor kind of like thing where if it's spoilers you can't talk about it. Well, and then that made everything spoilers.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or which is I can seriously easily see a company doing that, accidentally making a rule that makes it to where you can't even talk about a video game on their website and it kills their website.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Because been dumb.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's funny from a third party standpoint of view.
Mhm.
Like me,
But
I'm not playing that game, and I'm not part of.
But it's
the company.
frustrating from a gamer standpoint of
Yeah, but I'm
okay.
sorry, it's funny still.
Yeah.
I will laugh at your suffering still. It's kind of funny.
Laugh at your suffering.
See, this is why you're evil. I'm
I'm not evil.
See, yeah,
I'm
look at
evil. I'm just,
you
I'm just,
you are laughing at my suffering.
yeah, but I mean,
You
there's
have-
nothing
and you s-
left to do. So why wouldn't I?
And you laughed at me when I said I can't. When Sunshine is going away for a week.
Who's Sunshine?
Her
Sergey.
boyfriend. But I think it's funny because you're like, oh, he's going away for a week. I'm gonna like, woo. It's it's not that big of a deal. It's so funny.
I need his good morning messages in order to live.
No, I don't think that's how it works. You need to eat in order to live. But I mean, and also breathe.
I don't know where there is one. Hold on.
I need his good morning and good night text messages and his cute, adorable pictures he sends me every day. He sent me a picture of his Christmas tree.
Oh,
So this is maybe a question for Dark. I'm hearing stuff about a bunch of people saying it's Drill Week. What is that? Would you know?
drill, you said?
We drill the
Drill.
children on the holy cross.
No,
and
no, no.
crucify
Like
them.
drill, like as in Gurren Lagann? Or
Oh,
Aw.
Did
That's a-
Darkest leave?
I don't know. He's here.
No.
I don't know. He's dead. But you said
Didn't he say
drill.
something about ice cream?
Yeah.
Yeah, drill. Like those you used to
Aw, so we don't take a drill and sacrifice children and crucify them on a holy
What's that
cross?
drill we're talking
Jesus?
about?
Now Akuma sounds evil.
Come on, easy. I'm talking about.
But yeah, I was gonna ask Darkest, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Would you? I keep on hearing drill week. Would you know what that is? Or is it with a specific branch or something? Or is it okay? Because
I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, because I'm
Army
hearing a
drill
couple.
weekend?
Yeah, I keep on hearing a couple military people saying that it's drill week, and I'm like, what?
That reminds me
I
of what
live in
happened when I went to go
I
out
live
and
in
get ice
Tucson,
cream.
so there's a lot.
Oh, okay. That's Army National Guard. So
Oh.
they have like one weekend out of a month that they go, so that's their drill week.
Oh,
So they go for that weekend, which is a Saturday and Sunday, 8 hours of training, and then they have a 2 week period in the middle of summer. That's like their drill, like their main drill.
Okay.
So that's 2 weeks that they're out and doing like combat exercises and stuff like that.
okay. And then they don't do very much throughout the rest of the year.
They do nothing else other than that unless they get deployed.
Okay. Okay, and that would make sense. Oh, okay. This person doesn't seem like a military person. Well, okay.
Yeah, it's probably National Guard.
It's totally. They're totally a National Guard kind of like person.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting sometimes Darkus was in the military or something.
I
Mhm.
don't military.
I need to turn Akuma
Yeah.
up. There we go.
National Guard is like, I know that you're not supposed to like, what's it called, categorize or judge, but they're like lower than what Dark is.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
they're,
yeah,
they're
but
like
that's
they're
how
like part-time soldiers is the best way to put it.
Oh, okay.
That's the best way to like say it because they are soldiers, but they
Yeah.
don't do it all the time like I did.
Yeah,
yeah,
when
so
they
you're
go
part-time.
when they go out and do something, then yes, all the respect in the world. But
Yeah.
they're not like somebody who's sitting there 24/7. You're the property of the government kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they technically are, but they're not as likely to get called out as quickly.
Yeah.
Now we just
Well, okay.
Mhm.
They've been all three of the ones that I'm talking about have been girls. So
yeah, that makes sense.
is the National Guard typically girls?
No, we just call them that to piss them off.
Oh, okay.
But there are like more women in the National Guard than the actual
Mhm.
military, like the main
Oh,
military, because
yeah.
they can do
Another
more of
unu-
the stuff.
another unusual thing is I've noticed that a lot of them have been of nationalities.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
Pretty common. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the military is like insanely like diverse.
To begin with. Oh, okay. Now, is the National Guard something that attracts, or no? It's just military in general. You're going to see it that way anyway.
Military in general, you'll just see it that way. I mean, there's like a lot of white people, but it'd be expected whenever your main population is white people. But you
Yeah.
have like you're way more likely to run into a black guy being in the military than you are pretty much anywhere else, unless you're in
Yeah.
Harlem or some shit.
Well, one of them's British, one of them is Indian, and one of them is
Mhm.
I'm not sure,
Mario,
but I know that they're not
no
American.
British jokes.
Yeah.
No British jokes.
British.
Oh my god, I don't
British.
want to make any video. What are you talking
Tuesday.
about? I just want a cup of water.
And then that was one of the reasons why I'm like, why are you in the army if you're British in the U.S. Army?
No,
I mean-
the thing is we'd have like a bunch of Puerto Ricans, and I actually had a bunch of actual Africans that were in the military
Okay,
with me.
Puerto Rico. Yes, let's say it like that. Puerto Rico. That makes sense because they're a country that doesn't really have an army of their own. And what's the point if you do join their army? Go join the U.S. Army and do your thing that you'd do it over there and protect your area anyway. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that makes sense. Guam, Puerto Rico,
Guam's actually
Jamaica.
an army or U.S. territory, so it makes sense that we have to take care of their stuff.
Dominican Republicans, maybe.
I don't know about them. I just know I
Niche.
from
We
them.
have a bunch of different ones, but I think the Dominicans show up, but not as much as like Puerto Ricans are pretty big. Like you'll see a bunch of them. They get pissed off when you call them Mexican. And then Mexicans get pissed off if you call them Puerto Rican.
And then
Which is hilarious.
so example is here in Tucson, one of the higher populations of immigrants, like actual immigrant, is
Legal or illegal?
Ethiopian. We see a lot of Ethiopian Ethiopians here. My high school had
Ethiopians?
so out of like maybe the 20 black guys there, 2 of them weren't Ethiopian. So
What's that
Interesting.
mean?
No, I'll be
Ethiopian,
right back.
Yeah.
it means they're from Ethiopia.
What's that place?
It's some. I'm not 100%. I'm gonna look it up. It's in Africa. I northeast, west, or south.
What?
Ethiopia. Images. No. Maps. Okay. So it's right. It's under Egypt, under Sudan. So
Okay.
it's near the Gulf, near the Arabian Sea, and it's under Egypt. If you knew where Egypt was, Egypt is the spot where Africa touches the rest of the continents.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Is that the Nile?
No.
The Nile runs. Yeah, that's the Nile. Wait a minute, is that the Nile? I keep on seeing a lot of different words, but
Different Niles.
that's the Nile. So the Nile River runs down into Ethiopia.
Nice.
It goes through it totally through Egypt, and then it runs through. Well, yeah, it runs through Sudan, and then it starts turning. It starts splitting up in Sudan into 2 different rivers, and then one of them goes towards Ethiopia, the other goes towards South Sudan. Here, I want to make sure. Is that the Nile? I should be knowing this stuff, but I don't
Just
look it up as much.
Just look up the
Yeah.
Nile and it'll go up here.
When I looked up the Nile River, it sent me to a what is it called? A national museum for the Mississippi River. Oh, okay, that's the wrong river.
Yeah. How do you go?
Maps. Nile. Oh, if you just put Nile, it will
Go up here.
send you there.
So it's Nile.
Wait a minute. I thought the Nile was in Egypt. Oh, no, there's another Nile like deep in Africa somewhere else.
Oh,
In Uganda.
okay,
That's
now that's
weird.
cool. That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
not what I'm looking for the Nile River in Egypt.
Keep looking. You gotta find it somehow.
I think I'm just overthinking it. This is the big major river that's going through Egypt that most likely is the Nile.
Yeah. What's the name?
Unless I'm just totally stupid and I'm wrong.
Okay, Akamo, you seem to be screaming. You want to talk about something?
No. Why?
Because you're screaming. I just want
Your mom's ass.
Yeah, no, you cannot talk about this on stream. They'll kill everything.
Shh, calm down. Just calm down.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh, my sister just got home.
Mm.
Welcome home, sister.
Yee.
Okay, yeah.
No, she got
The thing that I've been looking at has been the Nile River.
Oh,
And
hell yeah.
So what is confusing is some list the Nile River as in from the start. I always think of the Nile as in a sense from Egypt, but it starts in
Ethiopia, doesn't it?
No. It starts in Uganda. There's a big Lake Victoria, that's in Tanzania / Uganda, that then goes up and through Sudan, and also tributaries from Ethiopia feed into it. I thought it was north.
Yeah, it's
And-
just you're not used to seeing rivers. It flows downhill, but you wouldn't think that'd be downhill.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Downhill for the United States is normally south.
South,
Yeah.
south and
Or
East
east
and
to
west.
west. Yeah. But in this continent of Africa,
It's not,
it is
it's the
going
contrary.
north. And then, so I was trying to locate or explain the location of Ethiopia through the existence.
yeah.
So, yeah. Just to talk and learn as I go.
What is it? There's another country over there, or there was.
So
Nubian. I think Nubia was a thing at one point there.
Nubia. It might have
Yeah.
been split or taken or
Hold on. It's an ancient country.
How
just
Asian?
like Persian.
Nubia
There's-
slave.
So,
Nubian
I
slave.
see.
There we go.
That's radiation.
India does it like crazy.
There we go.
Like
Okay.
a bunch of their places end up changing names
Hola.
constantly.
Así te robaste
Weird.
mi pantalón.
So the Nubians were
Okay.
they were way further up the Nile River,
Mhm.
and they used it as a way to transport slaves to Cairo in Egypt.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
Cairo.
so if you ever hear the term Nubian slave, it's not that the Nubians were slaves.
Mhm.
It was the slaves that the Nubians were transporting through their country to Cairo.
from
Hello, cat.
elsewhere.
Oh, so they were
Where's the
the
cat? Where's
slaves
the cat?
from the new.
Where's the
The
cat?
cat
It's on the floor.
is in his mind.
Kiki.
There is no kitty. He is just crazy.
Yeah,
He
he's
needs
talking
to
to
take
the
his
screen.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Kiki.
Okay, Darkest, you sound like you're gonna kidnap a children in a white van with some
Oh,
candy.
wait. Don't go that far.
Hey. I already got one kid. I
Yeah.
need to get more.
I need to get
Oh, yeah.
more.
I get more.
He's gonna-
Excuse me, sir. Can you have a seat?
Hold on.
Over here.
Hold on.
Can you show us the cat though?
So my friends, they have a cat.
There we go.
What do you call it?
No
I have
kitty.
You
I
ate
have
it.
roommates, and so we've decided to call the cat. We say, "Hello, cat. Come over here, cat." If you say it in a deeper, authoritative tone, the cat responds to that because everybody talks to the cat authoritatively and low instead of high and here. Hello over here.
How do you call it? Hello, cat.
The cat's gonna be like harder today. I mean, what?
You were a handsome cat, aren't you?
What?
Good boy,
Jesus.
cat.
Jesus, Darkest. You do sound like Alec Baldwin from Cat in the Hat.
Okay. I have a cat.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does not have a hat.
It's
What do you
Get,
say
it,
about
get
that?
one. Get one for it.
Now, is it a
How's the
black and
cat?
white cat?
No, it's a black cat.
Oh, just black,
Can you
no
show
white.
Yeah.
me?
Hold on.
She likes black holes.
Black,
So do I.
like buttholes?
No,
Just kidding.
guys, I knew you were gonna go there. I knew it. I said it's a trap. And you fall right in.
I saw the black hole and it blew my
Stop
mind.
clicking my mouse. It's not real.
What is not real? Your mouth?
No,
So it's an imaginary mouse.
Oh, kind of.
I know.
There. There's the cat.
It is
Oh, I see.
a cute kitty. You are quite adorable there, cat.
Aww, it's so cute.
He has. Oh, so it's a
Also-
male. This is
Yeah.
a male, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
can tell.
They got
I
wider
can.
faces.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
paws are big, face is wide.
Yeah. It's also still technically a kitten.
Oh, it's
Darkest
I thought it. Oh.
Oh, yeah, I
I'm
see it. I see the
This
bend.
looks like
Yeah,
an
that's
adult
fine.
cat to me. It just became.
It's like a young adult.
Aww, that's a cute little kitty.
It's only a
That's
few months
that's
old.
a funny
Really.
yoga. Come on. So funny.
Oh, it's not even a year.
No, not here yet.
Oh,
we found
okay.
them. We found these in a metal bin on the property
Monkeys.
in the middle of
Wow.
summer.
No, there was a bunch of them. How do you say multiple and a neutral term for multiple objects of not objects, multiple animals? The litter. Other term you could have used.
Well, the thing is we don't have all of them now because we've been giving some of them away, and all the females have been given away now. So we only have 3 cats left. We have this cat, a gray cat, and then a black and white cat, and then the mama cat who's a black cat. We'll probably end up keeping these. I don't have the pictures of the other ones right now, though.
You know, I used to think
It's okay.
if a cat that was white and the other cat was black, if they had a baby, I thought that it was gonna be gray.
It's gonna be pink.
It's gonna be black and white.
I know now, but I used to think that it was gonna be gray.
I like the cat, Patrick. Yeah.
That would mean that there would never be a black cat because all of them would eventually turn into a gray like
exactly. Just because a combination of black and white makes the gray doesn't mean that the black cat cannot, get with another black cat.
No, well, because then there'll be a gray cat that then goes with, and it's a slight gray color that then goes with a white cat that makes a slighter gray color, and everything would be mixed, and then all you'd have is gray in the end.
Yeah.
Why are you licking my nose?
Okay, but listen, if it doesn't necessarily mean that all black cats are gonna breed with all white cats. So if
over millions of years, yes.
If a black cat breeds with another black cat, then it can have a black cat as a child. And that's how it works.
How about we change the subject because this hurts my head.
Why does it hurt your head?
Everything hurts your head.
Yeah, it just Mendel's law. It's not that hard.
Especially my fist coming at it at a clip.
At a quite distance. At a quite
a clip.
Velocity.
Oh no! Cringe.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say, oh yeah, my fist is going at some kilometers an hour, but I never recognized American society.
Trying to fist Kuma, that's not good.
Oh Jesus!
Oh God! Thank God Akuma is young enough to not understand that joke.
She just quacks like a duck.
That's her war cry.
Oh no, cat!
No,
stop! Stop it! Oh
What
my
are you-
God!
What are you to the cat?
What are you doing to the
Cat, you're stepping on my keyboard. Stop it!
Center.
Oh my God!
He's trying to send a message.
Center.
He's trying to send a message.
Center.
He's trying to say,
send a
"Help
message to
me, release me
Release
from
me.
this prison."
So that's a great message.
I'm gonna put this
It's
in
binary.
Morse
Don't
code.
worry. It's binary. Let me just read it.
No. I'm gonna put this
Oh my
in
God.
code. See, this actually equals a message. If it does, I'll laugh.
Hold on.
This.
Yeah, it's like running all over right now.
Hold on, it's doing math.
It's doing math.
It's doing math.
It's even better than
It's doing the Nobel Peace Prize.
It's better than Akuma doing math. I cannot believe this.
All right, you brought up the facts for nerds, cat. That's enough.
What's this message? What is he trying
Actually,
to say?
really looks nice. I like this.
What is he trying to tell us?
No, it's not that much rolling I'm doing while we're talking right now, huh?
No, I'm just saying about the cat on the keyboard.
Why you don't like cats? Because
Why
you
did I say
hate
my kids?
Oh, did I? The time clock I was messing with. It had all the roaches in it.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so the time clock that I had problems with, it just died. Its motor died, and I found a place that sells them on Amazon for like $19, whereas the whole time clock is like $50 now. Which
Yeah.
is kind of expensive, isn't it? Oh no, not
no,
not
normal
Steve.
for a.
It's 50.
No, that's pretty normal for those type of time clocks. I think.
It's
Well, the ones that I was messing with.
It's 50 just for the mechanism itself. So you know that plate that just
Yeah.
slides out. That's $50. No, I just need the motor. So, but it doesn't. The motor is everything about it. The rest of it is like
Hold on.
useless. Not useless, but you know what I mean.
What
Oh,
what
yeah.
voltage is it? Is that time clock?
A 120 volt. It's nothing
120 volt.
special.
Sync. Raw. Yes.
This is intermatic. Yeah, intermatic time clock.
Okay. So I'll some of these. All you have to do is get a 120 synchronous motor. That'll pop onto it, and that'll fix it.
Yeah. Oh, I found one on Amazon, and
Yeah,
it was
like
it was
13
20
bucks.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I ended up going for a $20 one.
Yeah.
Because the
Awesome.
other ones, they put different numbers. They're saying that it works, but I went with one that matched the model number exactly.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
need to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well,
you can end up getting screwed around by
Yeah.
the box inside of them,
Mm-hmm.
so that the rotation is different.
Yeah. This one, I needed one that is 1/32nd rotation per minute.
Ooh, that is a slow motor.
Yeah.
No,
I'm looking for a 1/10 rotation per hour motor. I found
Awesome.
one, but
That's
yeah,
really slow.
1/10 rotation per hour because I
What would
want.
60 divided by 60. Tell you what the.
I'm not
RPM
sure,
is supposed to-
but in an hour, in 10 hours, it's one full rotation, which is about what I want. And I wanted something that would. It's going to be a fish feeder, a slow, couple pellets at a time fish feeder. So instead of a batch being thrown out, 2 or 3 pellets a couple seconds later, one pellet, maybe a couple. You know what I mean? I'm gonna measure it out with a cup and make the hole on the end. So my adjustment is making the hole bigger or smaller for influx, and then I'd have a continuous koi pond feeder.
Nice.
And
No.
it's
Okay,
better
well,
for.
my daughter's in charge of naming the cats. That one's not Meowthel Stan. We have Meowthel Stan and Meowthel Gray, and then that one has like a normal name.
That's a normal name.
Kitty.
Interesting names for these cats.
Yeah,
Laura
I think she got
Papa,
them from like a book
interesting
she read
face.
back in the day. I say back in the day. That's like a year ago.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
Back in the olden times.
I mean, she's only
Back
8, so
when
that's
I
been 8
was
of
a
her
wee
entire life.
lad.
So
So yeah, I was thinking back in the day. For her.
Oh man.
had a field dress a deer with the butt out.
What?
What? Yeah.
Oh, the
What?
Oh, have you guys never seen that?
No.
Like the bud out? Did it extrude something?
No. It's something you shove up its butt and twist it
Yeah.
and
I
pull
know
it
what
back out.
I know what that thing is.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I never knew the name of it
Oh.
or calling it or what they're saying or.
Shove is the forbidden butt plug.
Don't
Moving
say
on.
it.
uncle up in Canada, he
Say.
What's that phone? Because like here, like did it?
It's mine.
Okay, because like I'm like, am I hearing things or am I getting?
Yes, you are
crazy?
hearing noises.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Oh no!
You see that here reminds me of the dolphin. You know?
Mhm.
The picture
Dolphin,
the deer in the pool and it says dolphin.
dolphin,
Send it.
dolphin.
Icon needs to see it. You know, I'll also look for it. I'll send it on the plate.
I'm so scared.
Give me 1
Oh
second.
god.
Sorry.
Don't worry,
Jesus.
don't worry.
You good, Darkus?
I got head cold.
Maybe I recommend you drinking tea and maybe just yeah.
Soda and coffee. That's all I exist with.
Have returned.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Akuma's trying to give me health advice like I'm going to listen.
What kind of advice?
Drink tea.
Oh, tea is good. Yes,
He wants you to
I
become
like-
British. Don't do it.
I like black tea.
He's gonna become British.
I'll
Yeah,
mix.
I'm British.
Well, okay. So one of the teas that I like the most is not British. It's Irish breakfast tea, and I like mixing it like 50-50 with a herbal tea
Oh my
sometimes.
No.
Forget about that one. That poor doe. That's a little fawn. Thing is, they can swim for a while, but they just can't swim for long enough in the shallow deeper than the deer.
Home.
It's very,
Don't at home.
it's a very fun image. They have used that image alone. There's a T-shirt with that picture and it's a dolphin.
We have a dolphin at home. What the hell? That's weird. So after all of this cutting here, I now have 8 grams of tea. Oh, eight.
He's got
Yeah,
8 grams of that grass.
Yes, literally.
No, don't
And it
smoke
might-
it, Kai. Don't smoke it.
Hold it.
No, this
You're a cat. You must fly higher.
it smells really strong. I must get high, but I get high in different ways.
I'm
Sorry.
closing that.
Okay,
Oh, I like it.
I'm still alive.
That's
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
That felt like an. That sounded like an atomic bomb or something.
Oh, it hurt. It hurt so bad.
It was a medium joke. It wasn't that good, and
Um.
like just made it better.
It's just an atomic bomb right there.
Oh.
You good, Darkest?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay,
If I laugh too much, I will start coughing like that again, though. Which I need to do it just some point and get all this shit out of my lungs.
we just get all
Done with
the
it.
100 jokes, Garrett.
Yeah.
Do you?
Well, that's the problem. Like, I've tried to find funny stuff online on like YouTube, and apparently the sense of humor has changed. So
Yeah, it has changed a lot.
what is like listed as funny does not count. And it's like, oh, why did I watch this?
Yeah, right now fun is just loud noises and things that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I mean, this one makes some sense because it's like kind of related,
Yeah.
but it's kind of that humor. I love it, but I don't know if you will appreciate it.
Kitty, where do you go? Hold on, I gotta go find Cat. It's meowing at me.
Wait, did
Like
you
it's
got lost?
Probably.
Well then, Kai, we're talking about getting high, and now we have 5 viewers. I think people are interested in that.
Yeah. So I have other ways of getting high, which is not that.
Are those other ways? Teach me your ways.
Physically, just going up higher. That's the main way.
There is
I
more.
just. It's like, how do you get high? It's easy. You just go up.
Just go up.
Don't you just go up sometimes? Just whoop,
I mean, yeah, sometimes. I mean, if I try to
Jump-
go up, I will
jump from a high surface.
Yeah, I used to do that until I break a leg.
Breaking a leg. Who does that?
I don't know, weak viewers or something.
Weaklings, yes.
Weakling. If you're gonna break a leg, break 2 of them. Gotta walk.
Break them both.
Yeah, if you're gonna go big or
Go big or
don't do any of that weak crap of breaking only one leg. You
Break
didn't
2
go
of them.
big enough.
Just break all the extremities at that point.
All of your break all of your extremities.
And it's as they say. Go big or go home. I'm pretty sure
What
Akuma
is
was on it.
that? Akuma's making some weird ass noises.
Akuma always makes those weird ass noises when she doesn't.
Sounds like the old Mario noises from when he gets hurt.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Not you, Mario.
Yeah, I understood. It took me a second. I was like,
You-
what?
You are the second Mario,
Yeah.
so don't assume we talk about
I'm
you when we
actually
say your
scared.
name.
I'm actually bored, but yeah.
You're the fourth Mario. Oh,
Yeah.
even lower. Did you just cry?
Oh my god.
Just start crying.
Yeah, just start trying to stream. I'll do one Nico Gara what
Uncontrollable.
I'm just crying because I accidentally stretched too much and I pulled my rib cage. Okay.
Oh wow.
You have to cry like a real man and only cry whenever you hear. What a second. I'll find the video.
What?
Yeah.
Like a real man. You cry like that. Don't even say the next. Oh yeah. From where is that?
I didn't know where it come from. Not that stupid, okay?
That's from Batman. I know you don't know. Yeah, that's from Mario.
Oh, there it is.
Hold on, I use that noise.
That I can hear that. I can imagine that.
Actually, I'd do it if I, had the time to think about it.
You do it right now.
Oh wait, give me a second.
Okay, never mind. You sound like a child going
Shut
down
up!
a
Shut up!
plastic
Give me a
straw.
second. Give me a second. I'm hitting on my vocal
Go or
cords.
something. I
I'm
don't
hitting on my
care.
vocal cords. I used to make all of the Mario noises just because I thought it was funny. Then I realized I was called
Just
my name
stub your toe, or else I'm gonna do so for you.
Shut up.
Just stub your toe.
Yeah, shut up.
Stub your toe, or else I'm gonna make you step on hot coal.
Oh.
Shut up. You dummy.
I knew you were gonna go for that. I hate you. How dare you? There's so much pain and suffering going in your world, and you decide to attack me. All these
Double attack.
people.
Take your D4 damage.
I'm not, that's just vicious mockery. How dare you?
Yes, there's actually a spell called like that.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm using
That's
it
what
now,
I
so
said.
take your D4 damage.
Yeah, I know.
Take your D4 damage. Take
I
your
will,
D4 damage.
I'll take a D20. Don't worry.
Hold on, I'll roll it for you.
You just
Yeah.
how much?
One.
Let's go.
A natural
Yeah.
one. Jesus.
That's all on damage.
That's good for damage, though.
Oh,
One.
okay. Sometimes
That's good for damage.
it depends.
No,
on what's
it depends
going
on if it's done to you or not.
It depends. Yeah.
Damage taken.
Listen. For damage, I think the best thing for damage is the spells that use the D10. Like from 1 to 10, it has different abilities or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
those are the better ones because it's gonna hit. If it hits, it's gonna hit some way or another. It's not gonna be like, oh yeah, you take 1d4 and you get a 1, and then your enemy just take 1 damage. It's something else gonna happen. So I think those are the best ones.
I tell you a funny story from today.
Oh no.
Do it.
Okay, so basically, I was eating ice cream with my dad and my babysitter, and before that, let's rewind to when we went to the car wash. Now, we went to the car wash. My babysitter does not know English. Keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah, I know that. That's
So,
fine.
well, yeah, you already know, but Kite and Darkest don't know because she basically doesn't know English that much. So she only knows one word, hello, and that's about it.
I used to have a babysitter that didn't know English.
I never
Why?
had a
Why?
babysitter.
Why are you having those?
Her name was
main language.
her name was Manuela.
Manuel. No.
Sounds like a guy's name. Sounds like a name for an
Yeah,
like
it is
an
because that's a man name. It's
detective
called-
in like a 1960s
Okay, listen,
spy movie.
listen. There's this name that's called Manuel, and Manuel is just like a female variation of the name. But it is primarily a male name, so that's funny.
But this was quite a while ago, so
I mean, yeah,
Makes
you're
sense.
you're 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 overage now. You're not underage.
Oh my god.
Overage.
Yeah, you're overage.
Wow.
Too old.
Wow. Respect your elders, Mario.
What are you
Well,
gonna
and
call
then
me?
you're young and you're still young enough to have a babysitter. I wonder if you should even be here, Akuma.
Yeah, I was laughing
Not
at Aqua
that. It's
because
just
of that.
I can't go to school by myself because that's my mother, okay?
Weakling. I go back to school walking.
I
I
just
can't
woke
even
up
go
at school. That's how
outside. Like my
badass I
parents are
was.
like, "No, you're
You
going
woke
in
up
the
at
car.
school?
You're going
I
to
woke up at school.
That's not badass. That's insane because you
That's
stayed
crazy.
overnight at the school.
Also,
What were you
or
doing
not
there?
Well, okay, there's that.
It's
And
that. I was
my
like,
my
"Sir."
words still stand. You're crazy. And now they're trying to make laws to get rid of homeschooling.
yeah,
They're
that's
trying.
not gonna fly.
Yeah.
Especially with the things
Okay.
going on nowadays.
I sat on a banana, like the banana.
You
that-
sat on a banana. This sounds
No,
sus.
the guy-
Yeah,
Go to
Savannah
plate.
sus.
What direction?
Go to plate.
Yeah, what direction?
Okay.
Wait, I was reading that.
Okay.
Oh,
As
I
long as
see.
you were reading
I thought it was part of
something.
the history. I was like, oh, what?
See,
No.
Sus.
Okay, so back to the story. So basically, yeah, she only knows hello, and that's about it. So we went in the car wash. My dad's like, okay, I'm paying for the ladies' car wash behind, and that's because I was my babysitter behind us.
Mhm.
So she was confused when my dad did that, according to her. So we went to the car wash. Me and my dad were chilling. Some water leaked through the roof. That was not nice because I got wet.
That was not nice because your car is breaking
And-
down.
Okay, you were talking about sitting on a banana. Now you're talking about getting wet.
No,
Okay.
shut up,
That was
guys.
dark as well.
With your dad. This is
No,
going
you're
real
making it
Alabama
even
real
worse.
quick.
Let's go to Alabama.
No.
It's no longer for real.
Alabama. No, just no. Okay, just continuing on. So basically, while we were in the car wash kept repeatedly stopping, and it turns out she turned neutral, and she kept tapping on the gas and like the brakes and kept moving the wheel. So that's why it kept repeatedly like stopping, and we were confused, like, oh no, she's doing something wrong, isn't she? So yeah, and then we went to go get Italian ice cream. That was delicious, kind of. And then some guy, like some military guy, just pulls up in his little car, and he's like, and he just says, "I love America because we pay something about the military. You are the future of the generation." He just points to me and some other girls in tank tops and stuff, showing their boobs. He just got something like. He kept saying stuff about the military, like the military is awesome, ladies, join the military, America, you get free wealth insurance, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Welcome to Florida.
Well, Florida is now. So one thing that's happening recently is Florida is wanting to make their own, like, let's say military.
Oh, okay.
They're making their own military, and everybody's crying and saying like, "Oh, this is fascism. This is dictatorship. This is wrong." It's like,
Wow.
but New York and California already have their own military. I forgot what they're called exactly, but
Military
it's the
force?
state control like military group. Basically like the National Guard kind of, but for the state itself. And why does New York and California get to have one, but then all of a sudden Florida wants one, and they're crying fascism the moment Florida wants to make their own military?
Oh god.
They're just
Oh,
to
no.
scare Florida. They just don't
Here,
want them to have
I'm
more
gonna
power.
I'm gonna ask this to Darkest. He
Yeah.
might know the proper terms. So
Yeah.
Florida make their own, in quotations, military,
Okay.
and everybody's crying about it, saying that they're fascists, that this is wrong and this is bad, when New York and California have their own, in quotations, military. I don't know what the actual term or word is supposed to be.
It would be like militia, technically.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Melissa.
Kind of. I mean, it is a military, but it's like less trained, basically, is the idea.
Well,
And then smaller most of the time. But
And
it'd
then
be,
it's
it'd be like a militia.
and then it's governor of that state instead of by the government.
Instead of by the government, yeah.
Because the government is threatening that all of the government-owned military that is on location. I'm horrible with these terms, but what is National Guard? All the National Guard in Florida is going to be considered a state militia if they don't get their what do you call it? Shots.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to say shots because they're not it's not a vaccine. It's
a flu it's not even a flu shot.
If they don't get them, they're going to become a militia. And then the governor of Florida is like, okay, that's a good idea. And everybody's now crying fascism.
Yeah, it's not fascism. Skip to 2 seconds and then watch it until 4 seconds on that video.
Okay.
I'm so scared.
So just
And it
just-
advertisement.
Watch it from the beginning to 4 seconds in.
okay.
I don't want to watch the whole damn thing. It's just fucking hilarious. It's like, wee!
Okay, let's see. This thing is loading. Yeah, I don't want to miss the joke. What's happening?
You'll see. Don't worry. Wee! It tried so hard.
Wait. Give me 1 second.
Squids are shrinking.
You're
Birds are
such a
migrating.
grandpa,
Lizards are getting
Mario.
blown
You're
away
such
by
a
hurricanes.
grandpa.
The signs are
Yeah, let's see
There.
how animals are evolving because of climate change.
Just watch
Just
this
watch-
first 5
Watch up
seconds.
to 4 seconds. Like, watch the first 5 seconds. Yeah, that's it. Like, wee!
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The rest of it, I care not about. Just that one part.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Squids are
Wired,
shrinking.
they're okay, but
Birds
they're
are
starting to
migrating.
get a little too
Lizards
woke
are
for
getting
me.
blown away by hurricanes.
What?
Yeah. No, they're going. A bunch of the places on YouTube are going woke as shit. It's just going downhill.
What's this? Oh,
What's what?
who saved this?
Save what?
I somehow have a video of Adult Swim, like Rick raises a horse baby. Like, I don't remember doing any of this. I think
What?
I don't know. You want to have it, or I don't want to watch it? I haven't seen a
Send
single
it. Send it
second.
to play. I don't know what.
Sure, send it.
About.
I don't know. I just found this and watch later. I don't know why. I don't remember putting this in my. I'm removing this.
Why are you removing that? That's Rick and Morty. Funny shit I ever
Oh.
seen. He turned his own.
I don't want to till I die.
That's so funny, isn't it? You know, Aquaman. He just turned.
I actually never seen this.
That's funny shit I ever seen. You know,
Just
you gotta watch Rick and Morty because it's the
No.
he turned himself into a pickle. That's
no.
the shit I've ever seen.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
Okay, so the part where she says, "No, they're ready to go right out of the box." That's like an innuendo.
What?
Wait, let me
Out of her box.
Yeah, go right out of the box is what the joke is, or like
Yeah,
what she says. So I was like, oh
yeah,
no.
yeah. I get the joke because I
Yeah.
like to make the joke of I'm an electrician and I like to put my fingers in people's boxes and remove their shorts.
Not again.
Oh, wow. So you don't have to, raise it.
They're ready to go right out of the box.
Cool.
Oh god damn it!
So-
Sorry,
Angela, it sounds like you liked that joke.
that was good.
And
What? Akuma's dying.
Akuma's dying. He's just crying or something.
I have to. Like, out of all the parts he could have zoned out, my brain, no, you decided to tune in when you just said the joke. Why? I hate you so much. Why are you
Wow,
so stupid?
that's so
Brandon?
violent. Why are you so violent?
Yes.
Because she's
Yeah,
American.
America.
It's kind of her thing.
What?
Okay, listen. What are topics there? I want to get to 2 hours and just call it a day because there's not much to. Oh yeah, there's something to talk about. It has been 5 months since the start of the what do you call
Wait
this
a minute.
podcast.
It
Yeah,
has? Hold
yeah, it has been
on.
5
Wait
months.
a minute. That means
It has been what
Five
for 5
months.
months?
5 month
I couldn't quite hear that.
anniversary.
Yeah,
It's
five
the
months.
5th month that we've been doing the
Yeah, the fifth
Oh,
month
okay.
consecutive.
pod.
Well, 5 months is not the anniversary time. You normally do 6 months if you're
Yeah, I
going to
know.
do a
But we're
half
gonna,
year thing.
Yeah,
you know, but just saying that
that's coming
it's
soon.
5 months. I'm just saying that we are going 5 months now. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It says what?
Hold on. What was it? What gens? How many months was I existing?
So yeah, when I saw that that part of the Rick and Morty, I did not catch that joke. So
My brain exists in a dumpster. So
yeah. Well, Rick and Morty is a lot of dirty jokes, so I should have caught it, but that one I didn't.
I only really liked the first season because they tried to redeem Rick after that. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done with this.
Well, but then he isn't really redeemed.
But they keep trying to, and I'm like, no, I'm done.
Well, they're trying to, but that's the thing. They're showing that he's irredeemable.
Yeah.
Basically, that he's not going to learn. He's permanently flawed because he's the age he is, and that's how he is. And yeah. Now, okay, he'll always have his flaws, but he might change as on what he does sometimes because he does seem to be nicer sometimes.
Yeah.
Lately. So there's that human aspect too of change because that's how all stories are. Is a lot. Most of the great stories are of a flawed human being changing.
Yeah. But I didn't want it to be that way because the funny part was him just being completely irredeemable and them not acknowledging it for the first episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And just being like, yeah, that's the way it's gonna be.
But
and
he's
then they acknowledge it. I'm like, no.
He's still gonna be that way, but he might not be as much of an asshole to his grandson.
Yeah.
Maybe. Even then, he'll still actually, that's the funny thing. Even then, when he starts treating him nicer, he'll still be an asshole to him. That's the funny thing. I think he will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh god. Okay, I need to turn Akuma back down a little bit.
What?
You're screaming too
80%.
much.
There we go.
You're screaming his ear.
Not too quiet before, and now I turned her back up a little bit. I think I quieted everybody down to hear something else.
Okay, listen, lads. I have two choices. So yeah, let's talk about this in the stream. I wanna play a game with y'all, but I don't know what game.
Let's play Gartic Phone.
I meant like a game that I must download, like something big or that takes
Yeah.
storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can still play Arctic Phone later. Maybe we'll find a day, but I wanna play a game, not a party game.
Mhm.
Party.
In the bottom, just kidding. No, the Alabama.
Alabama? What?
Alabama.
I said spin the bottle, and I'm just like, yeah, no.
Oh, but that's Alabamian. You like to play spin the bottle with your brothers and sisters, don't you?
I like
yeah.
playing Spin the Sister.
Spin the sister.
I actually wanted to do that to my tiny friend one time.
Tiny friend.
Oh, you gotta
Yeah.
go slow there.
Yeah, listen, she's very tiny. That's all I'm going to say.
That's something. That's
He's
some
like-
big statement from someone as tiny as Akuma.
I'm 5'2". She's like 4 something.
Yeah, I know.
What was it? in the Army, there's like a minimum height cutoff, and it's 4'9", and there would be 3 or 4 people that I found that was that small, because you can't do the jobs most of the time because the
Oh.
How are you?
I was about to say, I know somebody who's in not the military. It was the Navy. But yeah, she was tiny.
yeah.
How
No,
tiny?
you'd walk up to, you'd be like, "Hold on, where's the desk? You're under the desk. How are you under the desk and standing? This doesn't make sense." It's like there's a problem here.
Something's wrong. I can feel it. But
Yeah.
basically, she's
But-
very, very.
But in the Navy, they like their humans being as small as possible.
Yeah, it helps them a lot of the time.
Oh,
It's like,
really?
hey, your bunk, it's like we could put 2 of you in there.
Funny.
You know, like, if it works, it works. You don't have to cry about it.
I think she was in a submarine.
Probably.
I didn't hear much from her afterwards, and she went to Guam too.
She went
So-
to Brazil. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, not Brazil. And isn't that one of the main things with the Guam? Because I remember about the
Guam is like a sub base,
yeah.
basically. Point is what it really is.
And I've never looked into it whatsoever. I just assumed this because it's a Pacific island nation, you know,
Very far south near the equator, so it makes sense for Pacific patrols to stop there.
Yeah. So Hawaii, Guam, and
Alaska.
Alaska. Those would be nuclear submarine
Mhm.
or submarine. Are there non-nuclear submarines or no? We just have nuclear.
No, there is some non-nuclear subs left, but there's not many
Oh, okay.
because the need for them, like, they exist like for some kind of show or some shit.
Oh,
They're not combat usable.
oh. So
Everything.
maybe training.
Yeah, basically like a training thing. Because all the combat ones we use are nukes, like nuke powered
Yeah.
and launch nukes. That's their main armament.
Okay.
I think a couple of them actually carry nuclear torpedoes.
Woo!
Mm.
So
Like my-
is
don't
this
make
a torpedo for hitting?
Hitting another sub. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask, is it that, or is it that it travels underwater, then it goes up out of the water later?
No, it's
at
meant to. What it's actually meant to do is it's meant to take out an entire
Submarine.
fleet that's
Oh.
close enough together.
So,
Oh,
so
wait.
if there's a
please.
fleet in a bay, that bay is now gone.
Yes, exactly. Or if they're out in the middle of if they're formed up and they're out in the middle of the ocean, if you hit one of them, it'll take the rest of the boats out too.
'Cause then, did I just make up something? Instead of a ballistic missile that's an over, no, it just travels underwater until it gets near its location, jumps out, and then lands.
No, that'd be pretty cool, but I don't think those exist yet.
Yeah, I don't think that
As
would
far as I
Or-
know.
I don't
Instead
think
of
that
jumps out
also
and then
would be,
lands,
like,
it just
pretty good.
it just bouncing Betties straight up and then explodes.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those are fucking terrifying mines.
Yeah, but imagine instead of a mine, it's just a
Missile.
thermonuclear war. No, thermonuclear war makes a nuclear explosion on location.
Cuts,
Now that was
cuts the
way
top half of all the
scarier.
boats off.
The top halves of the boats. It's a very concentrated nuclear explosion that becomes a flat disc of
That'd be
just
fucking terrifying.
cutting things.
Destruction.
Yeah. It that sounds almost cartoonish in its control. It's like, it vaporizes a 2-inch wide area at a certain height for like a squared.
Jesus Christ.
The buildings,
Fucking insane.
it cuts a building so perfectly, it just lands,
Lands back
because
down,
Oh, just
it
lands
lands
back.
back down on that missing inch, and nothing is. The people up above that level and below that level are just like, what the hell happened?
The people in the middle of that level are no longer there.
Yeah, they're just dead.
They're in 2 parts.
Yeah. They have a sequel. A human sequel.
That's a good one. I don't think I
That
can.
would be the noise that you make when you become a sequel.
My name is Jamar. I come from afar.
What's the rest of this? Is that
Oh,
it?
the rest, yeah. I'm intrigued now.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
I am too.
I just posted it. It's in plate.
Oh. Plate. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
God.
Oh, wow.
Akbar.
Oh, and then the guy in it is speaking in Russian.
Yeah. That's actually worth understood. Oh, God. Yeah. But the people are
God.
retarded.
I'm reviving.
The bot's gone.
Yeah, I'm getting it back to
No
life.
one cares. No one cares about the plot. No
I care
one
about-
cares.
I want to have,
What is the?
music.
Is that your girlfriend? Your fake girlfriend?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So shut up.
My name is Jamar. I come from afar.
Shut up.
Молодцы, ребята. Well done.
My name.
No.
I think I've seen this guy before.
I think so too, but he's like Indian, I think, and I don't trust anything that they say about politics.
Oh well, no, this guy is not. Yeah,
Is he just Indian descent and from somewhere else?
he's Indian descent, and he now, I believe, he lives in the United States.
Okay.
But I've seen a wide range of beliefs from India, so I'm not hard on. I don't believe anything he says because he's Indian. You know.
Yeah. No, they have because they were ruled by the British for so long until very, very recently. Their constitution's all screwy, like real bad.
Oh, well, there's that. But the people themselves, their beliefs are almost like Puerto Ricans or Cubans, more Cubans, how they are. They're like, communism's bad, guys. We've been through it.
Yeah. No, they're fine.
Or
but
not
no,
communism,
they
but
got like a weird constitution.
well,
thing.
okay, actually, that's two examples. I didn't mean communism talking about the British. Dictatorship and
they've been through communism. Yeah.
The Indians have been through dictatorship, you know, or monarchy, which is a dictatorship, isn't it?
Not
Under
technically. It depends. I mean, there's one.
Yeah, no, it's a dictator. You were controlled by a single entity instead of by the people.
Yeah, but monarchy, it's a little more complicated than just one people. It's just one group of people that believes they are in a higher position than the other humans.
Yeah, but
that's a monarchy.
But
they also cannot take
communists always lead to that too.
Yeah,
so
they
for
get that way
the
eventually.
monarchy, they cannot like take the actions, but like there's different kind of monarchy. But they cannot like the king cannot say just like, oh yeah, just burn everything down. No, they have to say it with all people in the noblesse or whatever, in the royalty. And if they say no, then they cannot do it. So it has evolved. It's kind of different. It's not that much of a dictatorship now. Before, well, yeah.
Now there is no monarchies.
There's only one or two.
Which one?
The British Empire is not a monarchy anymore, really.
In Spain,
it hasn't been a monarchy for over 200 years.
No, in Spain there's a monarchy, but it works differently than the usual one. If I'm pretty sure, right?
I think in somewhere in the other Thailand, Laos, somewhere around there, I think there's a small nation monarchy. But it's like
I could see that being for sure.
It's like less than 1 million people though. So
yeah.
You're screaming too much. What's the topic you understand? Tell us.
Paper.
Yeah. What?
Did she say Philip paper?
Philip paper. Yeah, he was chewing 5 gum before he died.
What it's like to chew 5 gum? Explosion happens.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Wait,
I knew you were gonna say explosion. For fuck's sake.
I keep on seeing the name as just Osho
Oh, sure.
for this guy. OSHO. Here. OSHO.
Found it. I found it. Ow, my head.
What would you call a master in India? A guru?
Yeah, guru, basically.
I suppose.
It's like a leader, almost. It's like a spiritual leader. Oh well. What the fuck?
You missed something.
Which one? The captain?
You know,
Nico.
So he was he has multiple titles. At one point he was a cult leader, then found out that was a very bad thing himself.
Yeah.
oh, that's funny.
Well, that's also how many cult leaders have you heard of that have themselves
Stop being a cult leader.
Yeah.
Only him,
And
probably.
So
There it
one of the
is.
statements
I
I
found
was
it, Kite. I
reading of
found
his
it.
was
I
that
found
it was before I found out he was a cult leader, was that the growing man should contradict himself many times. Which, okay, that's a interesting line, and I bet he did, being a cult leader and now being one for equal treatment and other things like that.
That's good.
Prince Philip died. Oh yeah.
He died a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, just watch it. Just watch it. It's amazing.
5 gum.
Oh.
That's how he died.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
Just the and the just the sound and the echo is just delicious. Perfect.
So
Welcome.
he came to the United States in 1981.
Okay.
Howie.
Oh, and then his name has changed multiple times too. So Ranshish is the one that people are constantly calling him.
Interesting.
But he's now going by the name of Osho.
Okay.
So, but the Wikipedia is just going to be constantly calling him this because I think it's his like lawful name, or
Yeah,
like,
I think
Lawful.
Rajneesh would probably be his actual name, like his given name from India.
well,
Could just call him Vijit.
if he's going to do anything in the United States, like get a drive, say that, unless he goes and change it to Osho, and then we'll call him Osho when he actually changes it.
Yeah.
Why are you crying?
That's because I hit
So his major thing is so his big ordeal is being a vocal critic of socialism.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
I will be ending the stream in
Thing
7
is,
minutes.
His belief is that the ultimate result of capitalism is eventually socialism.
Okay, I could see that. Maybe.
Unless
Reason?
unless you keep the capitalism going, because capitalism can't survive with socialism, and once you get socialism, capitalism dies, and then you have no more growth.
Yeah.
Russia found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
Germany found that out the hard way. Everything was so. Here's one thing that a lot of people don't get: is that or was socialism before, like with tribes and stuff like that. The moment capitalism started is when we had huge explosions of human growth and science and technology and everything.
Yeah.
Because
the way it is, because
it's self it self perpetuates itself. Oh, you want to make more money? Well, you're going to have to do this, and this with technology, and you need more people. So in order to get more people, well, we need to make more food. Here's the chemical way of making more food. Here's whereas socialism is give me your things. There's no reason to work because everybody's giving everybody everything and higher than anybody else or make more than anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm doing a large generalization. But
Yeah,
yeah.
just cutting everything off, but just the basics.
And then a confusing thing is they try to split up socialism, communism, fascism. No, it's all the same
thing.
You can't have socialism without fascism because you need to control the people in order to keep it socialist. Because what happens when you don't have control over the people? Well, they're going to want to make more money. They're going to want to have their own business, and they're going to want to have their own property. That's not socialism.
That's not socialism.
That's
capitalism.
the same thing. The same thing is happening to China largely. Actually, there's a lot of rich. Well, okay, so it's China's not quite communist. It's more of a crony capitalism. The big higher ups are being paid off to leave big businesses alone. Oh, okay. So crony capitalism with high surveillance state going on. So, okay, your business is your business, but we have to have all your data. The government is saying this to the business, and we get to take control of you at any point if there's something that can benefit this now. Other than that, you can make your money the way you want as if you're in a capitalist state. But that's crony capitalism because, you make a lot of money and you pay people off to be left alone. And nobody can go up very easily in wealth in this kind of state. So it's a mix of, socialism, socialism, communism, and then there's a little bit of capitalism in there so that they can stay afloat. Because, in the end, socialism has to live on the back of capitalism.
Jesus. My head hurts.
Yeah, that's all. You always say that. Don't worry. We know you're lying.
No, I mean this time because a math book fell on me, and
A math book fell on you?
Yeah, because when
that's not how you learn. You don't whack your head with a math book.
Oh, listen. Listen.
You made it the wrong way.
Listen, the person. Shut up, Mario.
How violent.
Because I'm going to hit you with the.
So violent. Okay, then continue. Proceed with your violence.
So basically, funny, right, Mario? Funny.
I know.
Yeah, basically she was goofing around so much that her math book fell on me, and she just kept laughing, and I just threw her math book at the boys' locker side, so,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that was funny, so I'm not gonna blame Fanny.
It's not that, it's just that her and her friends, quote, were goofing off, like doing horseplay in the locker room, and that gets pretty cramped in the span of seconds, so...
Horseplay in the locker rooms?
Yeah, it's kinda... it's kinda heat up there.
It makes me think of that one soccer, you remember that
soccer practice
video? Soccer practice, yes.
And, it's by the gay pimp, Johnny McGovern.
Our noises intensifies. Oh, it's age restricted. Jesus.
Yeah, I was trying.
You
I
always have to post age restricted stuff.
Oh, this one's not age restricted. Well, the last one was.
Oh. Okay, well, I get why it's age restricted. You want a mommy, you can
dick in and out of.
Not the banana.
Yeah, that went from 0 to 100 in a second.
Real fast.
What?
I was thinking I could go do something dirty. Yeah.
I want to see too.
80 minutes. You need to watch it first, but I understand how.
Do manly things.
Oh, I couldn't quite
Mhm.
hear what was said during the part when I forgot the name of the head guy. When it said, "Yes, I want professionalism, or I want somebody who's like that and can be professional at the same
And a sex,
time."
yeah, I want a sex mommy and can be professional at the same time without something.
That knows their boundaries.
Yeah, I was like, why?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's perfect. Every man's dream. So says Freud.
So it says who?
Freud.
Oh, okay.
I think he's the one that says all dudes want to fuck their mom.
What?
Yeah, it's what is it? The
Psychology
Cleopatra?
or something? Yeah.
No,
it's all
no.
stuff.
So there's the Oedipus, and then
Oh,
Yeah,
Oedipus,
Oedipus
yeah.
is the dude, and Cleopatra was the girl.
yeah. Okay. So a Cleopatra complex and an Oedipus complex.
Mhm.
Oedipus complex, yeah, I
But they found Freud to be a little flawed.
Yeah,
He's trying to
I
say
mean,
flawed and
all
Freud
of
at the
them
same
are.
time.
Yeah, all of them are to some extent.
Yeah, the non-science sciences.
Yeah, the philosophy science.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And that's one thing that people don't get, that it's that science, that form of science. What is this? Psychology is in the philosophical side of science.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. It cannot be considered as
It's
science because it's not a.
not testable.
You can't
Yeah.
guarantee it. Yeah.
There's no double-blind test
Yeah.
studies of anything that is said in
Psychology.
psychology.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, because the human mind
I found
is just a thing that's always one way. So you cannot say the same thing.
Oh,
for
I've seen that one. Is that seriously what it was? A 4-gauge?
4-gauge. Yeah, I think the biggest one you can get is a 2.
I thought it was just overpowered black powder shotgun.
No, it is a 4-gauge shotgun.
Okay.
Look at the size of that freaking barrel, though. It's freaking huge.
Well,
Gay pajamas.
the pajamas themselves are gay.
Okay, listen. Everyone here right now, everyone is screaming.
Mhm.
Listen. The stream, the dream. The stream is about to end. Shortly after this announcement.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
What is it? Tell us.
yeah, that's
What
what
is
I'm
your
telling
bit?
you.
What is your desire?
My desire is, I don't know, say goodbye or something.
I was referencing Outlaw Star.
Forgot to research
Adam.
Amelia Watson's outro on her streams.
Oh,
I'm just
you
gonna
are
say
not
thanks for
gonna
watching
do it.
that.
You are not gonna do it.
Do it.
Not on my, not
You
on
should
my
watch.
house.
Ayunda has the
You don't even have
best
a house. You
outro.
still live with your mama.
Who is this? I
Not
couldn't.
on my house.
I don't know.
Ayunda Risu.
Risu.
Reason.
So you don't even have a job or money.
Here.
Yeah, but still.
The squirrel.
Oh, okay.
She
Yes.
has the best
So,
outro.
so I remember Risu and put the words Risu and squirrel together. Yes,
Yeah.
that clicks
Reese
completely.
squirrel.
She is a girl squirrel.
Squirrel.
Reese
Risu
Squirrel
the girl
girl.
squirrel.
Yeah.
She loves
sure,
nuts.
girl.
Who loves nuts?
Yeah, she loves nuts.
No,
44.
screwdriver.
That's why.
Screwdriver.
That's why she says there's a nut stop.
My brain, it's broken.
It's always been broken.
Sounds like some H manga that I read before.
H manga.
Oh, God damn
I
it.
guarantee that
God damn
term
it,
has
Darky.
been used in one of those at some point.
Marcus had to make
An
that
H
joke,
manga
man.
where there's a literal hole in the person's head.
Oh God, my
No.
brain is broken.
Full mind break.
Leo,
It's very
stop.
back.
What is this?
Guys, guess what? I learned an instrument. I learned how to play an instrument.
What instrument?
the
I'll find out.
Piccolo.
You're blowing a green guy.
It's nothing even better.
That
Would you
was
like
the
to hear?
joke I was making.
It's great.
Would you like to
Oh.
know?
And then I
to
think
hear
of
what
whenever I think of Piccolo, I think of green.
Oh yeah.
Would you like me to play you a
Oh,
song
God.
on my new instrument? Would
Later.
you like me to play the song?
First of all, let's say goodbye.
Play your instrument.
What are we rating?
No.
We're saying
Goodbye.
goodbye now. Yeah, say goodbye.
Well, who are we rating?
Ends the adult time. This goes.
Shut up, Michael. That's an instrument. I hate that audio.
Oh, that's the lid to this this scale that I have. It's if I leave the lid alone and I try to just lift it, it's like almost impossible to lift because it squeezes itself when I try to lift it. But if I push a little forward on it, then it's like the easiest lid in the world to open. But
Oh, that's something cool.
it like resists opening.
It's cool.
It's weird. It was a
that's-
neat thing that just like
That's
happened
the
to me right.
Newton,
I was like pulling
software.
as hard as I possibly can.
Yeah, I forgot the
Okay.
name of that.
Play
Yeah,
you
that's
another
the Newton something.
song.
Have you found the person you want to raid?
Yeah, what's the
And
person who
who
was
the
the
hell? Oh,
Find the person that was playing
Oh,
Valorant
for
last
some-
time.
for some reason, for me, my recommended channels went in the place of my followed channels. I'm like, who are all these people following? No, it's not that I'm following them and they're recommended and they're on the wrong spot.
Who are these people?
Hold on, plate.
Yeah, there's like Hannah. I know Wolfie Chew, Iron Mouse. I thought I was following Iron. Oh no, I stopped following her recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've barely watched her videos, and then when I do, it's yeah. I rather watch it on like YouTube or something.
Yeah,
I end up doing that.
yeah, you know,
I
that's
used to
fair.
be able to interact, which that's the whole one of the main reasons. Well, okay, yeah, some people watch on here now her stuff before she became really, really big. Well, I liked interacting and talking, but you can't do that anymore with
Not when they're big enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah with Iron Mouse or with Nanners. I used to talk to Nanners every once in a while. Nope, can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Good luck. That's in $10,000 worth of.
Yeah,
Agma, shut up!
was I hearing the
That was Nessie.
cat-
That was Nessie.
yeah, I
Yeah,
was
that's
hearing
Nessie.
Nessie.
Agma has that
I like how
mashup
now
of
when we
audio.
hear a screaming meow,
It's Nessie.
Nessie.
what
I'll be
the
right
hell?
back. I gotta make sure my daughter's in bed.
Somebody just gifted me a sub on one of my channels I follow.
Oh, what's channel? Let's rate that one.
Picky
How do you type that?
channel. Well,
Send the name on the plate. Agma, shut up!
okay.
Turn that off.
The plate.
Yeah, turn the plate.
No.
We're,
That's the name.
we're saying goodbye. You know, to the humans. See ya. Agma, turn that off. I'm gonna thank you for being here. Okay, listen. Agma, shut the Shut up. Okay, thank you for coming, Darkest and Kai. No, I'm not thankful for you to come in here. You bring pain and suffering to this channel. Yeah,
I'm playing your own favorite audio.
do it later. So yeah, thank you for coming, Darkest, Kai, and Agma to the stream. And for doing it one day later, or you know, I have my reasons. So yeah, rated Picky. You know, I recommend it. Yeah. Overall, thank you for coming here and talking to me. Very fun. We will find something to do later. Maybe I'll be able to see you more than once a week, hopefully. But until then, we'll see you next time. I'll see you all next time. Yeah.
See you.
Relaxy, check out the next.
Yeah.
Oh no, cringe. I forgot.
So you cringe.
Picky channel.
Yeah, Piggy channel.
I'm gonna go answer a phone call real quick. Anyways.
Bye bye.
Have fun with having
Yeah, bye.
friends.
Night. I think I'll go post the thing I've been working on.
I